Houthi leader, the guy Abdul Malik al-Houthi, he says he's going to respond now by attacking U.S. ships. He's going to respond by attacking U.S. warships. I mean, that would just seem like this guy's got a death wish because it doesn't. What happens now? How does this escalate, Rob? If this guy starts now, which we know he's, the U.S. shot down drones and stuff like that. But if this guy hits one of our ships, I would imagine all hell is going to break loose.
That's a quick ending to all this madness. Hey, go attack a destroyer. That's my advice. Because dealing with the Navy, I was in the Navy for a while. We didn't name destroyers because we ran out of fucking names. It's a destroyer. Go attack one of them. Go attack a frigate. See what happens. God forbid you try to get close to a carrier. We could wipe out the Houthis tomorrow, simply because we waited a day to decide where to put all the sawdust today. Not an issue. They're going to rattle their sabers. This group, to include the Houthis, to include Hamas, to include Islamic Jihad and Hezbollah and Al Qaeda, they're a bunch of liars. They're a bunch of psychopaths, and they yell a lot. They're nothing to us. The only way that we ever get bogged down is when we decide to go into one of these shitholes and try to rebuild it. You want to fight? Let's fight. Let's make it easy.
Yeah, I love that, Rob. And right now, too, it's like we haven't been able, like you said, because we had this weak at the knees guy in there for the last 4 years. We haven't been able to get our ships through there. And now Trump is saying it's costing us billions of dollars in the economy. So this thing's almost like, I would imagine, like the Panama Canal, right? The Suez Canal is like that part of the region's Panama Canal. And we have no access to get our ships through there. And so he uses the U.S. Navy to protect our ships over there. And you got the Democrats over here melting down as if it almost seems like the Democrats, they're so lost. It seems like they're rooting for the Houthis. Like they want to see them shut the U.S. out of the canal altogether.
The Democrats are in such dire need of leadership. And I honestly hope they get it, because a uniparty is a horrible thing. You need checks and balances, ideally more than two parties, but that's where we're at. The leadership sucks of the Democrat Party. I mean, right now the Democrats are totally anti-electric vehicle and they're pro-IRS. That tells you how messed up they are in the heads. They don't know anything. They have no leadership. They have a bunch of plants in there that were put in there by the deep state that they don't even know they don't know the laws, the Constitution, or what's legal or illegal. It's pretty pathetic when like one of the strongest voices is a well-endowed bartender. That's all you got. The deep state's behind all this, and the Democrats are so bad. The fresh face out there on the campaign trail is Bernie Sanders. He's not even a Democrat. He's independent, and he's like 100 years old and a communist. That's where they are. So yeah, I mean, it's bad leadership. But right now, especially with Pete Hegseth running the show on the DOD, this is going to be a big change. Houthis talking a lot of trash right now, but they don't realize what's happening. Same with Hamas too. I hate war. I'm not advocating for boots on the ground, but some of these fuckers need to be smacked around a little bit.
Yeah, I would love to see it, just because it's like it almost seems like it's never going to end, Rob. It just seems like it's been going on for thousands of years. The whole region is fucked. It doesn't seem like there's any end in sight. And so it's like some of these bad actors. What is the solution? I mean, Trump, this is obviously going to be a big part of Trump's legacy here, is to try to find some kind of solution over it. He doesn't want to start wars because he ran on that for his first 4 years. So what the hell is the solution over there?
Well, I mean, the first part of the solution is figuring out which number of the Crusades this is going to take. That's a joke, but no, I mean, it's at some point there needs to be an education. At some point, people need to realize it's 2025 and not 700 AD. We have artificial intelligence in the internet. We need to realize that maybe God doesn't want you to murder someone that doesn't believe you, stuff like that. I mean, people aren't born hating. They're not born racist. They're taught that. And you can't raise animals and expect them not to be animals. You need to have a realization that, oh my God, if we actually live together in peace, what we can accomplish, not just as a country, but also as a world. I mean, even look at this country. Imagine if Democrats and Republicans worked together for 1 year, what we could pull off. It's just craziness. But somewhere up the chain of command in the process of power and money, there's bad leadership all over the world. Not to include the Republicans. I mean, look at the war hawks. Look at the people loving the wars. Look at the Democrats cheering for Ukraine and more wars. Look at everybody want more wars. Look at Hamas, the leadership in Doha, Qatar. We want more wars. Why? Well, we're lining in our pockets. How is Elizabeth Warren worth so much money? Just as much as the leaders of Hamas. I wonder where that comes from when none of them actually had a job. You just spout crap and get paid for it. So leadership's bad. Education is the key. I don't want to see a crusade just for the record, but they are leaning towards it.
It seems that way. And that's the other part here, too, Rob, is because now we're saying we just got out of the 20-year war. We're trying to get out of this Ukraine-Russia war thing and try to solve peace there. Now it looks like this thing will escalate, and we have war with Iran now. So it's like we just seem to keep going from one war to another war to another war. The military-industrial complex keeps getting fat in the purse. And everyone's like, this all seems by design.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, they don't want to win. Same with Big Pharma. There's no money in the cure. There's a lot of money in the treatment. I mean, it's not a 20-year war. We crushed the Taliban in a matter of weeks, and we can do it again with Iran. The problem is we go in there, we bring politicians, we bring lawyers, and then we try to rebuild it. We try to look. Not everybody wants our democracy, and we don't need that. They don't understand that. They love death. Show them death. Go in there, kick their ass, and leave. And as you're leaving, wave a little finger in the air and say no. You smack them around like a rabid dog, and if they act up, you smack them again. You say no, and then you lock them out in the cold. I'm not interested in building schools in Tehran or Kabul or in Baghdad. If it comes to it, go over there, punch them in the face as hard as you can, break all their shit, and leave.
Yeah, and it seems like this was the big part of the problem, Rob, because you're over there trying to do all this domesticating all these people, and you don't know who's who. You don't know who's on your side. We're trying to train soldiers. Half of them want to kill you. And so it's like, what the hell are we doing over here? That's why
hey, how's Dick Cheney going to afford all his property if we don't have Halliburton rebuilding everything? That's what it's all about. This is all insider crap. This is all, the stuff that the Department of Government Efficiency is showing you is how these people line their pockets on your dime. And I can't emphasize that enough. They're stealing from you. If you're mad at Tesla, you hire an auditor to come look at your stuff. You realize the bank is cheating you, and then you get mad at the auditor. It's like, no, he's just telling you that's it. And people are so brainwashed and dumb because, look at the Department of Education. They're saying, oh, they're gutting the Department of Education. Good. Oh, the government's going to shut down. Good. They've brainwashed you into thinking you need income tax, not tariffs. They've brainwashed you into thinking that the Department of Education is a good thing instead of letting the communities and the families run it. It goes back to education. It starts with the nuclear family. That's where everything's at. But you let these morons tell you which bathroom to use with their purple hair and their flags everywhere. That's not school. You know what? Here's a crazy idea. Teach them how to balance a checkbook. Teach them how to run a budget. Teach them how to read and how to add. Wow, crazy. And then let them go out in the world and figure it out for themselves. But you don't need to just put all this idea. School's basically a waste of time. You don't need to have a 10-year-old boy inside when the sun's out. You can teach them stuff and then let them do stuff outside too. It doesn't need to be this structured, listen for the bell, and as soon as the bell rings, run and be a good worker. That's where we're at. And a lot of this is peppered with communism.
You're listening to the Alec Lace Show.